Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Well, aren't we just full of announcements on the It's Not Just You podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Guys, today, do you know what? There's no time for chat. We're launching straight in.
Okay.
Because, as you may be able to see from the title of this episode, potentially, not sure what we're titling it yet.
Yeah.
We have some hot off the press news, don't we? It's another life update. We're giving you another life update today, just because, you know, maybe you enjoy them. And today's is that our very own Sophie J. Crew has a boyfriend.
Guys, I'm going to be honest. I feel a bit nervous. I feel nervous.
She's
to film.
nervy in the podcast studio today.
I feel really hot. I don't normally get like this.
Should we get a fan out, mate?
Maybe. My throat's gone a little bit dry.
Oh, is this the most nervous you've felt to film a podcast episode?
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't ever feel nervous. So
no, but you know, sometimes we have covered topics where the heart rate increases slightly. You know.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, she's mopping her head.
I think I'm just going to let you steer the ship because I think I'm going to have to do a lot of responding to your questions.
Yes. Okay.
I'm not very good just generally in life, I would say, at in situations like this, volunteering information. If I'm asked questions, I'll go there and I'm fine. But right now, I just feel a little bit, I feel a bit shy.
Well, I've got my shirt
really
on
hot,
today
not gonna lie.
because like I'm basically acting like a BBC News presenter. And Soph's she's giving the boyfriend glow today. Do you know what, guys?
Am I?
Since Soph had a boyfriend, well, not since, but what I will say is like in our last few podcast episodes, my mum said to me, Soph just really looks like she's glowing at the moment. Like she looks like she's got a glow about her. And she did know that Soph had a boyfriend. And I was like, is that what you're insinuating, Mum? She was like, yeah, she just looks really happy, doesn't she? Blah, 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 blah. I was like, she's got the boyfriend glow.
Is that a thing? Is that actually a thing though?
Beautiful. I don't know. Probably not. I think it's probably just like a placebo, isn't it?
Let's just say it is.
It's the same thing. Like if you know someone's, I don't know, entered a new era or they've got some exciting news and they're kind of like, oh, I could tell. It's like, could you? Or could you not?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows? But anyway, today we're just going to go there, aren't we? We're aware that to some extent we've kind of kept you guys a bit in the loop with our relationship statuses and our lives.
Yeah.
And we would both acknowledge in this moment, having spoken a lot about being single, this is a big moment for Sophie J. Crew. Isn't it?
First boyfriend ever.
First boyfriend ever. We've recorded episodes on being, you know, in your 20s and never having had a relationship, and that has changed. And let's just say, guys, it has actually been just so wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, do you think for you now it's sunk in that you've got a boyfriend? Really?
No.
Really?
Like the other day, it sounds really weird, but I was looking at, this sounds so weird. I was looking at a picture of myself. I'd got these film pictures developed.
Yeah.
And to be fair, a lot of them were pre me having a boyfriend. And I was just looking at this picture of myself because I'd posted it on Instagram. And I was like, I'm just going to say it, but I was like, she has a boyfriend. And I don't know if that's going to make sense to anyone else.
Yeah.
But
like, that's crazy.
I don't know if it's a thing. I don't know if other people who have been single for most of their life can relate to that. But it's like, I had it the other day where I think it's often in context where, I can't describe it. I can't describe the feeling of like almost it is a big change, but I'm not doing a good job. I'm not doing a good job. But sometimes I am just like, I have a boyfriend.
I mean, I would say that feels completely normal given the fact that you hadn't had one before. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it was, you know, you'd been in a relationship and then there was a little break and now you're in one and you're like, whoa, it's like, no. You haven't had one before. So I feel like that takes quite a long time to sink in.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sometimes it feels like it's like,
normal.
Yeah, obviously. And then sometimes I'll be like, oh yeah.
So just to get the basic kind of stats out of the way,
Okay.
how long have you been official with your boyfriend now?
Not very long.
Not very long.
Less than 3 months.
Less than 3 months.
2 months.
Okay.
Really.
And how long, like, overall, or like,
To be fair, when this will come out, it will be 3 months.
And when did you meet him?
Like, started talking in like March. But met him when I say literally met for 5 minutes, like year and a half ago.
Yeah, okay. But like, you know, in this
whole
context,
situation is going to be
March.
unfolding from kind of February, March.
So, and how do you feel? Just in it, obviously we're going to dive
like
in,
right now in this episode, or how do I feel?
No, not right now in this episode. In life, like in relation to having a boyfriend.
Feel good. No, guys, I actually can't. I feel really hot and like in a good, as in like I obviously want to record this episode and I'm happy to be doing it. No, but I just get a bit. I feel like I just get a bit shy talking about this, but that's fine.
That's cute, guys.
That's fine. But yeah.
Oh, look at our gal. No, sorry. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, so I think to start, like, should we just share a little bit of the story? How did this come about? Because again, you've spoken about in other episodes that you have had male interest in the past, but you've not had a relationship.
Not much, but a bit, yeah.
And now you're in a relationship. So I think I speak for the people where we're trying to work out how have we got from A to B. So how has this come about? And within that, how, like, why now? Why him? Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I think that's what the people want to know.
So, to be honest, guys, it humongously and massively took me by surprise. So again, context. Me and my boyfriend, we don't live in the same city.
Are we saying his name, sorry? Or are we going for
I don't
me and
know.
my boyfriend?
His name's Jacob.
Oh, it's out there. To be fair, you probably will want to refer to him throughout the episode. So
Thanks.
But, you know, we can use a fake name.
No.
Okay.
Real name is fine.
Jacob. What a lovely name, may I add?
Yeah. So his name's Jacob. We don't live in the same city. So even that, I feel like he's not on your, it's like, you're not on my radar. It's not like, you're in my friendship group. You're in my world. I like before all of this started kicking off in March, I'd had 2 5-minute conversations with him. I'd met him 2 times. So it's not like we've got a long history of friendship and known each other for years. And, I just then realised that we actually like each other. No, like literally kind of went from scratch, having not known each other at all. So where should I don't know, like where should I start?
Yeah, I think just give us a little bit of the story, how did it come about? So you'd met once the year before, then you actually like had a longer chat when you met again in February, March?
Yeah, so like, but no, still like a 5-minute chat, like a 5-minute conversation. So basically prior to us kind of stepping into like the talking stage, we'd met 2 times and had 2, what I would say 5-minute conversations. So then, okay, I'm gonna have to tell this story honestly, because there was a season where I was telling the story incorrectly, not on purpose, because I had forgot some of the details.
Yes, please.
So I'm just
give
gonna
us
set the record
details
straight, and because I know who's gonna watch this, and if I don't tell it properly, then he'll be annoyed.
Hi, Jacob.
This after the second time we met, I had texted him. So first time we met, he gave me his number. Nothing happened.
Okay, confident king.
Second time we met.
Straight in with the number.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, at the time, it didn't really feel like, oh my gosh, he's giving me his number.
Yeah, okay.
It was like,
no, but I like it. He's planting the seeds.
Yeah. So I had the number in the phone book. Didn't do anything with it. Second time we met, I had then texted him after we had had a conversation. But nothing had really come from it. It was more like it was really nice to see you again, like, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't really like
Yeah, you're not thinking in that moment, like, I'm sliding in, are you?
Not really.
Oh, not really.
No, as in I think it was like...
There was interest.
Well, in some sense, you're like, well, why would I have texted? When I reflect back on it, you're like, well, why would I have... If you were like 100% like, no, and I don't want to give the impression that I'm interested, then why would you text a boy that you don't know?
Coming out now.
No, but I'm just trying to be honest.
Yeah,
you know?
lovely. Okay, continue.
In the moment, I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm going to slide in.
Yeah.
But clearly there was probably something in the back
You're
of my
putting a
brain
feeler
that's
out.
like, oh, I like feel drawn to you as a person and I clearly want to like connect.
Yes.
But literally it was like, I sent a text, he sent a text. That was kind of it. It was, and then it was like, neither of us were like keeping the chat going. Do you know what I mean? We kind of both just were like, oh yeah, nice to, oh yeah, like let it die. So this is after 2 times of meeting for very brief interactions. Then he texts me about, we've got like a mutual friend, someone that he had known that moved to Birmingham, and he was like, oh, can you look out for them? And, they're new to the city, blah, blah, blah. So that was kind of then what initiated what I would say the talking phase. So, which again is like quite, well, normally, because I guess with those things, you're kind of half like, well, yeah, this is like a legit request. But then equally, once that's out of the way, and then you've then gone into, anyway, so how are you doing? Oh, yeah, da-da-da. And like, a few days have passed where you're still having like inner conversation. Obviously, you can start to pick up the vibes of like, well, not gonna lie, I don't really need any more friends, and especially not any friends that are a male that don't even live in the same city that I live in. Do you know what I mean? So you're like, well, why are we still texting? Okay, like you don't have ultimate certainty, but you can kind of gauge like, oh, maybe there's a bit of interest here. I don't know. And normally I would be quite like, I don't really want to engage with that, or I'm going to I mean, I guess it depends, mate. Well, maybe that's just been that other guys, there's not necessarily been that attraction there or that intrigue of like, oh, where could this lead? But even I think where I was at personally, like pretty happy and content being single. And so when essentially pretty much a stranger, you're there engaging in like a text conversation. For me, I think often even it had just been like, I don't feel like I need a boyfriend, so what's the point?
Yeah.
Which feels quite blunt. I don't know. But like, I guess again, where it's like, you don't live in the same city. I don't really know you.
So what do you think was different about this?
I don't know. Like, to some extent, I actually don't know. I think I just felt, I know I did feel different about engaging in this kind of initial text exchange where, like I said, normally would be maybe quite like, cool, not really bothered, shut it down, or like, maybe let it go on for a bit. But ultimately, like, I don't actually want to.
So there was just something different.
I just felt like kind of a permission to like, not that I needed permission, but I don't know. I just felt like peace about, I could just keep exploring this, and it's fine to just get to know a person.
Yeah.
I think sometimes I know for me, and even speaking with friends, you can put so much pressure on like, and I think in the right way of, you don't want to lead people on, or you don't want to, give someone the wrong impression if you don't 100% know how you feel at the beginning. But then equally kind of just felt like, chill out. Like,
yeah,
it's fine. You can get to know a person and it not end up with you being boyfriend and girlfriend, and that's fine. So yeah, basically just carried on texting.
And then he asked to hang. Oh no, you.
No. Well, basically, so he basically, this is not what obviously at the time, but as the months go by, you find out the backstory of what's going on with all of this stuff. Anyway, he had basically said to me, okay, so let's say we've been texting for about a week. He'd said, I'm passing through Birmingham for a work thing, and I'm gonna.
Are you now?
And I'm gonna have to come back via Birmingham anyway. So like, just wondered if you were around.
No, didn't he say he just wondered if you knew anywhere good to eat?
Yeah. So
like he didn't
yeah.
say
So
it.
basically he had I guess, you kind of lay out
Restaurant recommendations.
how's the exchange going to go. So he was like, oh, I've got to come through Birmingham on the way back from a work thing. Like, do you know any good places to eat?
It's like, yeah, it's one of the biggest
Basically
cities
kind
in
of like,
the UK, mate.
basically like teeing me up to then go, oh yeah, you could go here or here or here or here. And then in his mind, he would go, oh yeah, so like...
I was thinking you could join me.
Yeah, basically I just went... So he's gone, oh, do you know any good places to eat? And I've gone... Yeah, so I finished work at about 8, so probably like I basically
honestly, guys,
I was like, yeah, so I might be able to come, but like, it might be a bit late, so don't know if I'll be able to make it. And he was kind of
just
like,
massively helped him out there.
I don't know if it's helped.
And what we will say, guys, is that has been a theme throughout the relationship so far, hasn't it? Of just Soph being the confident queen that she is, just getting in there just 1 second beforehand, like, yes, I was thinking we could go for dinner. Jacob's like, okay, I was just about to ask that, but yeah,
Imagine
sure.
I don't actually want to go with you. I genuinely just want to know this.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he's like,
I saw through his little. I saw through his little plan.
Need any accompaniment?
Like, oh, cool.
Nah, I was just wondering, mate.
Anyway, so because obviously if someone's
So where did you recommend? Is it Nando's?
No, I just want to explain myself. So let's say you get asked this question: where's good to eat in Birmingham? Knowing that it's a tee up to then go with the person. I'm not going to say there's this amazing, really bougie Italian
at the
restaurant.
top of the mailbox.
I don't know you. I've met you 2 times for 5 minutes. So if that's going to be the tee up to me, then
No,
going.
but I think some girls would, mate. Some girls would think, right,
no,
there's that restaurant I've always wanted to try.
I'm thinking,
Where did you suggest?
Well, Nando's. I just think it's
fair. I flipping love a Nando's.
Well, firstly,
cheeky Nando's for a cheeky first date.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
delicious food, reliable, and low stakes.
Delicious cuisine.
I love Nando's. So anyway, and he loves Nando's.
Can you get us there now? So I'm just actually dying for the run us through the first date.
Okay, so then we meet at Nando's.
Yep. So how does that go?
Is it the date or the build?
Yeah, no. So as in like,
gosh, this is going to be like an hour.
No. Okay, yeah, we need to wrap up the story fairly soon. But like, can we just do an in-depth first date? So he turns up. Obviously, it's not a blind date. You've met him before. But
okay. Also,
now
guys,
in this context,
just giving context, the whole thing of him coming for a work thing was a lie. So he's basically got a train directly from Leicester, where he lives, to Birmingham. So he'd said he'd been, I don't know where, I can't even remember, like Coventry or something, and he'd had to come back through Birmingham. So he's not done any of that. He's literally just got a train from Leicester to Birmingham. So on his side, he's thinking, well, do I need to bring all of my work things? Because he said he's doing like a photography thing.
To make it
Because he's like, oh, what if she asks like, well, where's all your work stuff? No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
But he had, I don't know. I think he'd
Imagine.
come up with a plan of like, oh, if she does ask, then I'm going to say, I don't know. I left it. I don't know what he was going to say.
Can I just interject at this moment?
Yeah.
Because I think that there's this narrative that girls are like that in terms of like, one of your mates starts dating someone, all the girls get together, they're kind of, overthinking these plans, coming up with these like things that you could say or suggestions you could give. Like, but in this context, I'm like, no, the guys are doing this too.
I don't know.
Jacob
I don't think it's to the same extent.
Still though, he's literally made
He's
up.
lied.
He's made up. He's made up that he's coming to Birmingham, like got this whole concoction of a plan. To me, that just feels like such a like girl like esque thing to do in this process. But these guys, they're thinking of their own plans.
Yeah. But what I do want to just clear up is, I don't know, some people could think he lied and you've started your relationship on a lie. I honestly said to him, I was like, thank you for doing that, because I think at this point, like I said, I didn't really know him at all. If he'd said, I'm coming to see you and we're going to go on a date, I would have freaked out and I wouldn't have gone.
He didn't want to give intense vibes.
He did the right thing.
He gave chill vibes.
He made the right call. It worked.
Okay, and how was the first date?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, like I said, it was literally getting to know each other from scratch. So you are...
Were you nervous?
Yeah, I was nervous.
She was
I
pooing herself,
No,
guys.
I actually... Okay, I wasn't... No, bruv. You wanted to see nervous. This girl, I was not your levels. Rachel,
Bro, we're not talking about me.
No, but I'm just saying.
No. We're not talking about me.
Rachel will be going on a first date. Sick emoji, sick emoji, sick emoji. I'm gonna throw up. I can't do. I was not that.
Oh,
level.
I wish I could find the text.
But I'm more saying that I'm normally fairly chill, laid back. I did have a few little butterflies in my tummy, but I think for me that was a very good sign.
Yeah,
because I was like,
I'm interested.
I'm clearly interested. If you're rocking up, just like.
And was it good chat? Good vibes?
Yeah, like I said, pretty basic. Like we don't know each other. We're getting to know. Oh, do you have any siblings? Like, do you know what I mean? Some of that, but that's necessary, and you just have to do it. But it was good. We had a great time.
And when you left the date,
we got exactly the same order at Nando's.
Now,
that's a great sign, isn't
that
it?
romantic? And what was the order?
That was 4 chicken thighs, medium, peri salted chips, and some tender stem
brilliant
broccoli.
that you didn't go plain, isn't it?
Oh gosh,
yeah.
I think that would be immediately no.
No, we've got to respect everyone's
No,
taste buds,
we don't.
but
Not in that way.
Okay. Okay. At the end of the date, was he straight in? Also, like, did he acknowledge it was a date?
No.
When did it become clear these were dates?
No. I can't remember.
I think it was like third date.
After second date was when there was a conversation of like, I like you.
Whoa.
Or like, this isn't just us. We're not just friends.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing this with intention of
okay,
going on a process of like dating rather than like, oh, I've got a new friend in Birmingham.
Okay, right. I'm aware we can't go into depth with all the dates, but at what
date
point,
16.
At what point did you realise you liked him? Like, how many dates had you been on? Because also, unique to this situation, with it being slightly more long distance, obviously things were progressing a little bit more slowly as compared to if they were potentially living in the same city.
Yeah.
Like, there was space between each date, wasn't there? Because it's like, he doesn't live around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but then, so it's like that whole thing of saying you like someone. So after the second date, he basically rang me and was like, I like you.
Oh, yeah.
But like, it's hard to kind of, because obviously in some sense I was like.
Are you sure that was the second one?
Yeah.
Also, I feel like, wasn't he more just like, I just want to be clear, like, I'm not viewing this as friends?
Yeah, so more like that.
Love that clarity, Jacob.
Yeah, great job there. But
no
I think,
messing around.
I think it was more that, because now looking back, it's, and basically even on this call, I was kind of in this internal like, what does it mean to like someone? I've only been on 2 dates with you. Do I like you? I'm clearly interested, and I'm clearly up for pursuing this and like keeping on dating. But then I'm just like, but what does it mean to like someone? Like, you know, people use that word in such different ways, or it can feel quite nuanced as to, I guess in a weird way, in a way, kind of less way, it's when people say I love you, it's like, well, when do you say I love you? It's kind of a little bit similar to that when you're like, oh, we're saying we like each other now. I don't know if that feels, and then, anyway, I just was on, just get over it. And I was just like, yeah, I like you. Because I felt, again, also, I was more just like, chill out.
I think that is also where the context of not having had a boyfriend before comes in as well. Because like, even when you were saying about the I love you thing, I think if you haven't been in love before, again, you've got no gauge of like,
you've got no
how
reference
does it feel
point,
to like someone, like, and even like for you, where it's like, okay, you've not liked someone in a while necessarily. It's kind of like, how do you know?
Yeah, and also the whole process is quite different. And I'd say in the past, whenever I have liked someone, it's probably been someone I know, and I know them very well, and you know who they are. So you've kind of, in some ways, like even just through friendship, been able to like weigh up all some of their personality traits and characteristics and go, yeah, I do like you. At this point, I've met Jacob 4 times.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I do clearly, I'm interested because I'm engaging with this and it's moving forward and we're going to go on another date. And actually,
so did you say it?
Yeah. Well, basically, he went on this big spiel and he's like, well, do you like me back then? Because I just hadn't said anything.
You're like,
and then I kind of was like, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I think
my actions say I do.
I'm like, clearly, I think I do.
Okay. And then you going on more and more dates, the feelings were growing. And then when it got to the point of, like, I guess you probably would have known approaching when he then asked you to be his girlfriend, that's coming. Like, so at what point, can you just speak a bit into the thing of like, you're realizing oh my goodness, this is leading to a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in a relationship for the first time. Oh my goodness, how do I feel about that? And like, am I ready for that? Like, why now? Like, all of that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, again, I think all of this is kind of, I'm saying all of this is, again, in the context of when you don't know someone prior to dating them, you kind of realize that a lot of the getting to know stuff is going to have to happen in the context of already being in a relationship. Because for me personally, I'm not going to long out. Like, imagine, you know, some people know each other for years and years before they start dating and enter into a relationship. I'm not going to date someone for 2 years before I go, now I know enough about you and I'm going to let you be my boyfriend, or we're going to be boyfriend and girlfriend, which I kind of almost in some ways had to get over, because I think I was subconsciously just like, I don't know enough about him. How could he be my boyfriend? Like, that feels like such a big role to take in my life when I've never had a boyfriend. And I've actually only known you even as a person pretty much for like 3 or 4 months. So that feels quite scary to then go, and you're going to be my boyfriend. But I think as soon as I kind of accepted, like, I don't need to know everything about you, because that's the whole point of dating and the whole point of being in a relationship is you're on a constant journey of getting to know a person.
You're just carrying on.
And, and it just brings that clarity of how we're committing to each other, you know, where there's like a title. I guess it almost brings like, you know, you're naming, we are going to keep going on this journey and process of dating each other under the banner of you're my boyfriend and I'm your girlfriend. Because I just think if you, like I said, for me, I wouldn't want to have let it gone on for what, a year, 2 years. Oh yeah, okay, now I feel like I properly know you, so you could be my boyfriend. So for me, I was like, I kind of just need to suck it up and back it. Even though it kind of felt a bit like scary.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I remember saying that to you as well, in terms of just like, almost don't deep the labeling thing of like, because I think, like you said, even more so when you've not had a boyfriend. And also I think for you,
it feels like a really big deal.
Yeah, like even in the context of like openly talking about being single, like actually embracing and enjoying being single and talking about that on the pod or in life with friends, it is then like, to then not be single is like, whoa, feels like even bigger, let alone like being single for 26 years. It's like, that's even bigger. So I also can just imagine there'll be some people listening being like, Soph, just like, how has this happened? Like, in terms of, and I don't even know if you can articulate that, but almost like, how has this happened? Like, either what was it about Jacob, or like the timing, or like, you know, where you were fine being single, like how has this happened? Like, how would you answer that?
I don't know. Like, I genuinely just don't know. It was, and we'll both say, like, for different reasons, we were kind of in spaces of like really, really not trying, like not looking.
So classic.
And I hate it. I actually hate.
Honestly, we weren't looking.
No,
it's when you're least expecting.
When you're least expecting it is when he'll just pop up into your life. No, it makes me feel, and I'm not even going to say that because it makes me feel physically sick when people say that. But I
it's clearly true.
When people are like, how has this happened? Well, the answer, if you want the honest answers, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And clearly it's like, well, I could have stopped it. But I think, again, I had to... and I think genuinely, like being completely honest, I did feel hesitancy around stepping into a relationship, not even just because it's vulnerable or it's the first time, but even just where I have, you know, spoken openly, like say, about being single. I've had lots of conversations with friends, with people in my life, in my world, on the podcast around what it means to be single, my journey with that, got to a place where I was feeling really content with it. And then you're kind of like, what? So why, you know, if you feel settled and happy and content in a season of life, like, and almost you feel like it's like I have autonomy in this. Like I could say no.
Yeah.
But actually when I was kind of then laying out, so what I'm going to say no to, like getting to know this guy who actually is really great. We enjoy each other's company. You know, it feels like the right thing and it feels like what I'm being led into, I'm going to say no because I spoke on a podcast about being single. Like, or like had a conversation with friends who are single and we've connected over it. And like, I think almost had to release myself weirdly from like the responsibility of being that person,
or
which
again,
you kind of don't even realize you're carrying, or has maybe even become a part of your identity until there's almost the idea of it not being a part of your personality or your identity, or it's going to be taken away. And then it suddenly feels like, oh, but then who am I? Or am I letting people down? Or have people got an expectation of me to be this type of person and then I'm not, and I'm going back on it? Like, I don't know, all these weird thoughts were coming into my mind. And I had to kind of go, or you know, even like chatting with you or other people, had to let them say to me, that's not a reason to not date someone.
Also,
do you know what I mean?
I think the headline is, as I'm actually thinking about it, the reason this has happened, again, not to be cringe, but is ultimately because of the person you've met. I.e., like, you've actually just met someone that you actually want to date as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I do think, like, yes, you've enjoyed being single, you've embraced it, you've been content, but equally at the same time, like, there has never been a moment where it's like you've met someone you really want to date, they really want to date you, and it's felt right. So also, like, in answer to like where some people may think like, how has this happened? It's because of the person. Like, you've met Jacob and he's a great person, and like that's been the right thing.
But it's that thing of you can't line these things up yourself.
No.
And we've spoken in previous episodes about, I think it was the first one we did about me not having a boyfriend, being 24, not having a boyfriend. And it's like, why? And I was like, well, part of the reason is literally just either I've liked someone and they haven't liked me, or someone's liked me and I haven't liked them. And you legit, you can't force those things to happen.
No.
So yeah, in some ways, chance. I don't know. Like,
yeah. Okay. So before we wrap up, how did he actually pop the question? The people need to know.
Oh, okay. So basically, again, me being the confident queen that I am.
Oh gosh.
I basically said to him, look, because I think I was more coming at it from the perspective of, I know some girls, you know, they're happy to ask their boyfriend out. They're happy to propose to their boyfriend. That's personally not something that I'm going to do. But I do feel for the guys where, I don't know, maybe it feels like it's on them. And I'm a big advocate, you know, let's be clear. So I had said to him, like, look, when you ask me to be your girlfriend, I'm going to say yes. And that wasn't me trying to, you know, manipulate him into asking me in that moment. But I just wanted to be clear and for him to feel at ease, like,
to be clear is to be kind.
Exactly. And I was like, look, whenever you feel ready, just know that you'll be met with a yes.
This is actually just so funny.
Why?
Just because it's like, yeah, like we've said, just like, he's probably there in his head, like, yeah, getting to the point where I'm going to ask Soph out. Oh, there we go. She's clarified.
But
brilliant.
I just was like, I'm not really about playing games, and I'm not really about the whole like, oh, he should just be able to read my mind and tell what I'm thinking.
And
I was
honestly,
I'm just going to flip and say it.
Going back to the like, oh, like when's the right moment? I will say for most people that I know, like when they've actually got into a serious relationship that's like been really beautiful, it's all just been very clear.
Yeah.
Like easy. I really see that as a factor. Like even, yeah, just with liking guys, sometimes you really like someone, but it's just so unclear. They're playing games. It can sometimes
Mixed
feel
signals.
A little bit toxic. And then when you actually meet the right person, it's just so like, it's just not like that. It's just clear.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was being clear.
Yeah. Well
so,
done, mate.
You know, I'd given him the green light. Anyway, so how it went was he'd come to Birmingham. We, what happened? I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah. Basically, I'd finished work a bit late. You right, mate? Mm-hmm. I'd finished work, I think like 8:00. Oh, wait, let me remember now. Let me remember properly.
We need to know the exact
Okay,
time.
so yeah. We'd gone out for dinner, and then we'd wanted to go for some, so like we'd had a nice dinner together after I'd finished work in Birmingham. We then were supposed to be going to go somewhere for a drink, which was like near the park where we'd had our first kiss.
Cute.
So, you know, just compounding.
Circling back.
Yeah, anyway, we went there and they were like, we're closed. And I was like, well, you're not closed, are you? Because it says on the website that it closes at like 10:30 or something. But they just were like, yeah, well, like no one really is here. So we just decided to close. So we were like, okay. Anyway, so then ended up going to Weatherspoons.
Oh.
And he asked me Weatherspoons.
Oh, it is honestly where dreams are
Yeah.
made, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's that phrase where dreams are made of?
This is what dreams are made of.
Spoons.
Yeah.
What beverage were you drinking?
Like
Imagine if you were like
a
a
gin,
WKD.
maybe a gin and tonic or something. Yeah. Like a gin and tonic, I think.
Oh, that's so beautiful,
Yeah.
mate. And were you just in shock in that moment? I guess you'd teed him up.
No, because I knew it was coming.
Okay. But was it then a processing thing of like, flip, I've got a boyfriend? Like, this is official?
Yeah.
Or had that already
I mean,
come?
like I said, I'm still on that journey of process.
Yeah, okay. That's a continual journey.
Sometimes I will just look at him and I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
Just because, again,
Who are you? You're my boyfriend.
because I'm like, I didn't know you 6 months ago. I didn't know you like,
yeah, that's what's crazy
I
about
didn't know you
the,
at all, really.
Yeah.
and so then I'm like, whoa,
Whoa.
how times have changed.
Guys.
But it's wonderful.
Can you believe it?
It's
Thanks for
wonderful.
sharing your story.
My truth.
Your truth.
Yeah.
Um,
Is that enough information?
I think that is, guys. That's given you plenty to digest.
My face hurts.
We're gonna we're gonna do a couple more episodes around this, like different details of like Soph getting a boy and all that you know means and things that's made you think about, like
Yeah, there's many thoughts.
as part of the journey.
Many thoughts, many feelings.
And yeah,
Yeah, it's
we're
great.
excited to film those. But hope you guys enjoyed. Like we said at the start, just life update after life update here on the podcast at the moment, isn't it? So
Our worlds are changing.
our worlds are changing,
Honestly.
and we are excited that we get to take you on the journey.
Yes.
Or it's not just viewers.
Yeah, come on. It is that weird thing where, you know, you start a year and you're just like, frick, how do we get here? And it's only September.
Mate, 2025, the year Soph got a boyfriend and Rach got engaged.
Yeah, so I'm a
Flip
couple.
me, it's going
I'm
down
a
in
couple
history
steps
books.
behind.
No, but they're both big life updates.
Yeah. But you know.
So
No,
there
sorry,
we
I don't
go.
know why I said that. That's
Yeah,
putting.
what are you on about?
Yeah, sorry.
We're not comparing them. We're just
Sorry,
saying it's
sorry.
two big life updates.
Yeah. Sorry.
And on that note,
I can
Well done,
breathe
mate.
out now.
okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Jacob.
Bye, Jacob. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.